Best of Akaza is probably the saddest, in my opinion, in the entire series. Akaza's name when he was a human was Hakuchi, so that's what we'll be calling him. Hakuchi grew up in the slums, only having his father as the only family member he ever had. Hakuchi's father was very sick, and to afford medicine, the young boy would steal and often he would get caught. But whether they tattooed him or chopped his limbs off, he did not care, as long as he meant he could afford medicine for his sickly father. As a young boy, he was ready to denounce the entire world if it meant taking care of his father, his only family member. One day, his father couldn't take it anymore and would commit suicide. He did not want to be a bother for his son any longer and did not want to be treated with medicine that was bought with money that was stolen. This, of course, broke Hakuchi, as it meant his only reason for living was taken away. In fact, as we go on with Akaza's backstory, we see this, right? His reason for living being taken away, pushing him and driving him into more despair until he can't take it anymore. So Hakuchi would wander around beating people up until he runs into a martial artist named Kaiso who owned the dojo, and he would immediately attack the man. Kaiso unsurprisingly dealt with him very quickly and would make him an offer to come work for him in his dojo and to take care of his sickly daughter named Kyuki. Hakuchi would take great care of his daughter since she did not have a mother and Kaiso had to work to earn money. Kyuki's mother committed suicide because of the sickness of her daughter, and this of course had an impact on Kyuki as a result. Hakuchi would grow accustomed to her sickness as it wasn't really hard for him because of him having experience with his father, and she often apologizes for being a bother. Hakuchi did not understand why the sick always apologized. I mean, it wasn't as if they could control their sickness, which personally I agree with. He would go to take a liking to the girl and treating her, and he would inspire her sometimes without even knowing. As Hakuchi trained under Master Raizo, he would become more of a disciplined person, and his life would have a purpose once again and a reason to live. Things were going very smooth, and a few years down the line, Kyuki, now in a somewhat good health, Kaiso would marry the two and offer his entire dojo to Hakuchi. The dojo was becoming very successful, and of course this made the rival dojo very jealous. Hakuchi, you could say, was living the life. He had a wife who loved him, students who he trained and that respected him, so things couldn't have gotten any better at the moment. One day while Hakuchi was out, the jealousy of the rival dojo would get out of hand, and the cowards they were, instead of challenging Raizo or even waiting for Hakuchi to return, would poison the well in which Raizo and Kyuki drink out of, leading to the two's death. Hakuchi would come back to find his master who saved him and gave his life a purpose again, and his wife who had nothing to do with anything and showed him love, dead on the floor. This would send Hakuchi into complete and utter despair, and in return would end up killing every single rival dojo member, totaling 67 members. Hakuchi, yet again with no purpose or anything to live for, would end up running into Muzan. Muzan heard of a demon that was committing such gruesome acts, but was surprised and disappointed to see Hakuchi, a human, who was the one who had done all these acts. Muzan would offer him to become a demon right there and then, in which the demon we know today as Akaza would be born. Akaza, without a doubt, like I said before, has the most interesting and saddest backstory out of the demons. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and what I should do next. Thanks for watching. Until next time.